Oke, hello guys, kembali lagi di channel Luka Game. Kali ini big match. Tim kebanggaan kita T1 melawan Vici Gaming. T1.
Only 10 seconds left to pick a hero. Yeah, 5 seconds left now.
Ini gede banget, sorry guys. Di setting dulu, sorry.
Oh, dire team ban.
Tim kebanggaan kita sudah mengambil Magnus Lina, merupakan hero yang cukup nyaman untuk
10 seconds to pick your hero.
T1 dan kemudian Vici Gaming.
5 seconds, Morty. It'll be fine.
Sorry guys.
Slash rack, which is ton of damage.
Ulang lagi.
T1's turn to ban.
Dari Vici Gaming mengambil pick yang tidak biasa. Omni Knight, Rubik, Laesra, Ursa.
Radiant team ban.
Ya, Omni Knight mungkin kalau di sini ngelihat bisa pos 5 atau pos 3. Di sini Magnus sudah pastikan dipakai oleh Kuku, Lina dipakai oleh Karl,
You got 10 seconds left.
Monkey King kemungkinan besar dipakai
You
Saber,
better pick your
Saber.
hero. 5 seconds.
Si 23 Enchantress kemungkinan dipakai oleh White Mo. Band berikutnya Earthshaker yang di band. Kalau gua lihat T1 harus ada ambil Disabler di sini ya. Disabler kalau ngelihat game sebelumnya, gua lihat lebih baik di sini ambil Wyvern. Di game
Go dire team.
tadi
Pick 'em
OG
up,
kalah
pick 'em out.
gara-gara Wyvern ya. Wyvern Magnus cukup bagus untuk melawan Ursa karena di sisi lawan hero-nya banyak magic,
10
Magic
seconds
burst.
to pick your hero. You
ada
moron.
healing.
5 seconds, Morty.
Kalau
It'll be
gua bilang
fine.
sih harus ambil Wyvern. Jadi kalau Enchantress-nya jadi pos 5, Wyvern-nya bisa dipakai oleh Saber. Tapi bisa juga Saber hero andalannya Phoenix, Trend, Protector, Weaver udah di ban, udah di ban. Kalau gua bilang sih antara Phoenix atau Wyvern ya. Tapi kalau ada Wyvern nggak bisa ke counter
Come on,
juga.
Radiant team. You gotta pick 'em right.
Razor. Oke, jadi kali ini Monkey King-nya dipakai oleh Saver. Razor-nya dipakai oleh 23. Enchantress-nya pos 5. Di sini
You really gotta pick a hero. You got 10 seconds left.
T1 rada
Yeah,
gambling
there's 5
karena
seconds left
kurangnya Disabler ya kalau menurut gue ya. Monkey King hanya stunnya gak terlalu lama. Lina sama Magnus aja sih yang bisa diharapkan untuk nge-cover Ursa ya. Untuk matiin Ursa di sini. Ursanya takutnya kalau dia sudah aganim, begitu di Disabler pun bisa ulti gitu ya. Jadi harus banyak-banyak yang main Iul, mungkin Razor-nya main Iul. Kalau bisa Iul, Sky, Magnus-nya juga mungkin main Iul kalau gua lihat dari tipe permainannya Kuku. Di sini sudah di pick Mars dipilih kali ini oleh Vici Gaming sebagai offlane. Saber ya sudah dipastikan Saber memakai Monkey King. Mudah-mudahan kita berharap ya Kali ini Saper bisa diinterview lagi. Mama, aku menang gitu ya. Oh yo yo. Vici Gaming sejak ditinggal oleh paparazzi bukannya turun malah makin meningkat ya permainannya teman-teman ya. Baik sekali di sini. Mars harus diwaspadai oleh Saver karena dia ultinya bisa ngancurin pohon. Omni Knight kali ini 6 win in a row, bro. Arcana Lina.
What a punk.
Oke guys, kita sudah mulai. Jadi kita predik dahulu. When will first blood?
Why
First
aren't they
blood
doing
ya.
anything? They're just standing around. Relax,
Dari
Morty.
kelakuannya sih paling 3 sampai 6 sampai 9. Which team? Kita selalu dukung T1 ya. Team was first barak kill T1. Play with the total most magic. Wah, Karl Eldo. Karl. Oke. Sudah dimulai kali ini antara si Pride, tekannya yang nonton nih bro. Saper Whitemon, 2 kebanggaan Indonesia. Sudah ditunggu sama Sri Mulyani untuk membayar pajak. Mudah-mudahan bisa melangkah lebih jauh supaya pajaknya makin gede gitu ya.
30 seconds.
I
until
sense a
this place goes
connection
ham.
between us.
What a punk. What a punk.
Ngambil Razer, tetapi kalau ngambil Razer mesti main
Oh,
cepet
right
ya.
now it's on, baby. Jeez.
Mau beli Falcon Blade dulu awal-awal. Tidak ada peperangan di sini. Whitemon kali ini berubah, nggak jadi duet maut dengan Razer karena dia mesti bagi range di sini. Kita dukung T1 dong bro, T1. Pagi Saper menekan Rubik. Whitemon baik sekali menekan Ursa ya. 2 melee melawan 1 melee 1 range. Di sedikit berat Ursanya dicicil terus oleh Whitemon. Whitemonnya pakai skill 2 yang buat eletin, bisa ngambil creep juga.
What effective.
Karelnya sedikit lebih unggul. Kita lihat dari Dota Plusnya, Vici diunggulkan kali ini dari segi draftnya. Tapi kita berharap ya, kita berharap banyak oleh duo Indonesia. Bos blok,
Boy, Morty, somebody just
Baik
got
kali
real
gagal
brave over there.
predik gua.
And the atmosphere's
Tapi
electric.
tetap ya kita dukung saudara-saudara. Saper masih mau ambil HP sembari nyicil. Di bawah kita lihat Boyoyo tampak kesulitan kali ini. Akankah first blood? Aduh, kali lagi. Masih nggak bisa, saudara-saudara. Al sedikit lebih unggul di sini. Tidak kena skill satunya urus saya. Split artnya. Waduh, 54%, turun 4% kemungkinan menangnya Vici. Mulai sakit Whitemon skill pakai skill 1. Tapi harus diperhitungkan mananya karena mananya Enchantress cukup terbatas. Tapi kayaknya bisa ditutup ya sama Ancient Boots. Kayaknya aku juga main Ancient Boots.
Looks like tire structures are fortified.
Dapper sebenarnya kalau menurut gua bukan tipe hero pos 4 yang damage ya. Banyakan dia pakai hero-nya hero pos 4-nya support gitu. Yang mungkin bisa membantu temen dalam perang gitu. Seperti Trend Protector, dia baik sekali bermainnya. Winter Wyvern ya. Ini Poyoyo. Lempar saja. Harusnya sakit sekali. Kali ini dapat 2-0 sekali ini, saudara-saudara. Luar biasa. Savage sedikit kesulitan, ditinggal sama Seper karena
Money's gone.
Помогите.
Tinggal siapa tuh meninggal? Ini Seper meninggal. Seper. Iya. Skill 1 dalam nih. Kalau udah damage begini. Mau menekan hero mid-nya supaya nggak terlalu berat set karalnya.
Oh, Radiant's middle tower is under
Datang,
attack.
datang. Mati saudara-saudara sama Whitemon.
Sorry.
Perhitungan yang baik ya teman-teman. Baik sekali perhitungan dari
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Lina ini.
Помогите,
Memang sudah
помогите,
yakal di luar
помогите.
kepala kali. Anjir,
Man, you
6
might as well
menit
save that energy
sudah mau
because Radiant
hancurin
just
tower
fortified their
Помогите,
structures.
помогите.
Savage cukup baik di atas. Sudah bisa mengontrol. Nah, ya sudah dibantu-bantu sama Seper keliling map. Mau nyari Poyoyo. Akankah Poyoyo Whitemon meninggal kali ini saudara-saudara.
And the world's small.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack! Radiant's middle tower is destroyed!
Wih. Tower pertama berhasil diambil ya. Gila. Memang harus cepat karena untuk late game rada berat ya. Ada Lesrak yang kalau sekali kalah war bisa hokinya luar biasa Kak. Dapat Arcane Rune. Oh pede.
Fuel for my fire.
Kali ini Whitemon harus meninggal lagi. 4 orang mengejar Whitemon. Tolong. Gak ada yang nolong ternyata. Anda masuk. Guntingnya dipakai. Tidak sempat cash. Sudah meninggal 5 orang. Kembalikan keadaan. Tinggalan kill ya dari Vici Gaming 906 damage.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Mars ya 335 ya. Hanya minus 89 gold aja karena goldnya Whitemon nggak ada ya. Sedih deh. Cukup ketinggalan. Kita berharap masih bisa ditekan boxanya.
Denied.
Ada level 6 kali ini. Masih setengah level lagi.
Wait up.
Tangkap kali ini. Marsnya saudara-saudara. Ada ulti 3 detik lagi. Hati-hati.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack!
Harus hati-hati saudara-saudara. Ya, baik sekali. Diambil aja sama Scepter. 45 kali ini kedudukannya. Harus nge-push ya kali ini ya. Linanya sudah langsung boat of travel 4.900, 4.000 total network dari T1 10 menit pertama. Kita berharap jadi di atas 10.000 di 15 menit atau 20 menit pertama. Ya, seperti yang gua bilang harus ada heal ya. Karena di sini untuk disablernya Pursa begitu dia pakai ulti itu harus di heal. Jadi yang bisa memakai heal kali ini sebenarnya Lina sama Magnus. Jadi mereka memakai Magnus ya. Jadi mengorbankan dagger daripada nggak bisa disable. Wajib heal. Mungkin kayaknya mereka nunggu sabar, tunggu healnya jadi dulu baru ngampus gitu ya, karena susah lawannya Bursa, apalagi ada Omni Knight yang bisa Guardian Angel.
Oh, Radiant's bottom
Tower
tower
atas.
is under attack!
Oh, Razer langsung BKB. Kelihatan oleh Seper. Ya, dipikir
Radiant's bottom
ada
tower is under
Razernya di
attack.
sana, sudah dilempar saja Spear of Mark-nya. Kankah Karl naik ke atas? Ya,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
nggak berani toh saudara-saudara. Udah ada 4 orang di atas. Aku lagi kemana? Oh, ada 5 di atas ya.
A tithe to the impurities.
Buku. Jadi gaya main T1 dari dulu begini ya. Mereka lebih ngasih kuku sih. Kuku suka dilepas tapi tiba-tiba
Oh boy,
untuk
Dire's middle
setting
tower is under
baik
attack.
sekali dia.
Oh,
Dan
Radiant's
kayak
bottom
tadi
tower
tim
is under
Spirit ya,
attack.
mainnya si Magnusnya luar biasa.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Cukup jauh untuk heal. Masih sama-sama ngefarm. Spellnya, spellnya, spell steal, spell steal. Ya, urusannya mau ngambil kill dulu sebelum ke Rosan. Dia mau hancurin tower atas dulu, jadi T1 harusnya itu waspada kali ini, harus waspada. Fightmon kali ini kok ngefarm terus ya. Ketahuan, akankah ketahuan? Vici kalau ngambil Rosan cepet ya. Ada
Oh, Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Ya, kali ini empowernya Magnus diambil. Tampaknya inilah yang dijadikan tujuan Rubiknya. Karena untuk ngasih ke Ursa buat Rosan ya kali ini. Right, wah, bunuh
Hot
orang.
enough for you?
Oh boy, Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Nah, saudara-saudara, solo kill by Carl, baik sekali ya. Solo kill by Carl.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Oh, Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Hah?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Tutup, wih.
Oh, Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Misalnya
Say something about
empower
Radiant. They sure know how
sekali
to
ya.
kill Roshan.
Gua
It's about
pakai
time somebody
broadcast.
took him out. The guy's a weirdo. Yeah, he's giant and weird.
Illusion.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Oh, Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Ooh, Dire, you gotta fortify their structures. Good work. Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack. Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack.
6.000, 17 menit.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
What a punk. What a punk.
Oh, jeez, Morty, they're going after Dire's bottom tower. Oh boy, Dire's
Mama?
bottom tower's getting hit.
Bukannya mau ke kok gitu. Hah?
Pulangnya sono.
Seni. Wih, ayo.
Regeneration.
Yang like
Mana yang
aku dikasih nilai
To the
yang komen
impurities.
2. Udah balesin itu. Widih, 1000.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Oh, Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
wow, cukup. Urusannya menjadi-jadi kali ini. Oh my god. Masih ada Iris. 3 detik, 2 detik, 1 detik. Ya, sedot. Sedot coy, sedot. Iya, sedot coy. Baik sekali. Mati. Mampus. 8.000. Kali ini Saber solo kill. Aduh. Aduh. Sekali lagi coy. Ayo coy. Aduh.
No sorceries avail.
Iya. Ini White Mon ketangkap. Tapi nggak ada. Oh ada tuh di
Oh,
sana.
Dire's courier got
Meninggal
killed.
White
Are
Mon.
you kidding me? Weak.
Akankah meninggal kali ini? 4 orang mengejar White Mon.
Will bring
Spear of Mars. Bentar lagi tengah. Tiban sama Spear of Mars. Nggak ada ulti kali ini. Dikejar-kejar kali ini Marsnya kelihatan. Mati. 2 orang.
Can anyone hear me?
Ada Ion kali ini, Monkey King dan si oh iya. Itu punya. Awas saudara-saudara. Masih ada BKB. Serang balik. Seper langsung meninggal di tempat. Sayang sekali. Tapi nggak apa-apa. Core-nya, offline-nya meninggal ditukar dengan support.
Money to burn.
Ini Razer lebih berperan sebagai pendukung damage dari Lina dan Magnus. Jadi dia membeli Heaven Harbor aja kan. Sudah banyak disabler, udah ada 2 Eul, 1 Harbor. Kita berharap Iwan bisa mengelarin babak 1 dengan baik.
Oh, Rick, he's dominating now.
Wah,
He's
Karl.
dominating.
Baik sekali Karl. Kita lihat 10 detik sebelumnya. Oh,
Oh my God!
saudara-saudara.
Four in a row. He's now
Rubiknya
dominating.
offside.
He's dominating, Rick.
Buku dapat 2. Kombonya nice sekali, teman-teman. Orang harus menjaga 5 kali ini. Mati lagi. Mati bangsa.
Watch out! Killing spree.
10k sesuai yang kita harapkan.
Excellent.
Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack. What a mess.
Savage, ditolong saja sama kuku. Baik sekali.
Thank you so much.
Luar biasa dari tim T1. Nggak nyangka bisa seperti ini. Vici Gaming cukup kewalahan. Luar biasa kali ini.
Dire's top tower is under attack. That force field leads me to believe that Dire is fortified.
Ada perang aja. Luar biasa. Disedot aja Poyoyonya minus 80 damage-nya saudara-saudara. Karl stun mati. Satu lagi teman-teman. Ada stun Karl. Tinggal 4 orang, 5 orang, 1 buyback. Akhir ini bro.
That should help.
Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack. Oh, jeez, they would be on guns already. Calm down. It's okay. No, it's not okay. I'm getting mad. I'm getting angry about this. Oh man, what? Get up on out of here, because Radiant just fortified their structures.
Haste.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Oh man! Oh jeez, Radiant's courier just got killed. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. I love it, Morty. Ownage. I love it. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack.
No sorceries avail.
He's super godlike or beyond
Godlike saudara-saudara dari Karel.
Double kill. Go, killing spree. Oh, everyone's out
Triple
now.
kill.
Oh, because they got a shot
Langsung
kill.
dapat terosan.
I bet.
Tinggal Lina sendirian. Wah, Linanya kok malah bisa jadi.
Помогите.
All right, Radiant just wiped out the Roshan guy. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
K masih
Dire's middle
mengunggul.
tower. It's
Berbalik ya, Iwannya 70%.
Oh,
Tapi di
Radiant's top
sini
tower
cukup
is under
berbahaya.
attack.
Urusannya ada Aegis. Urusannya nggak ada buyback karena tadi sudah buyback ya. Kalau di sini bisa ngekill urusannya. Sangat luar biasa bagi Iwan.
Looks like Dire's structures are fortified. Whoa, Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Oh, great. Dire's bottom tower got destroyed. Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Kali ini
Those
cukup
little
power ya.
rascals are hitting Dire's bottom tower.
Kadang di ini nih
Oh,
kalau di main
Radiant's
public
top tower is
nggak di
destroyed.
defense power bawah.
Oh, Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Nah, ada satu smoke kali ini.
Oh, Radiant's top tower is under
Ada
attack.
satu smoke kuku. Wah, ketahuan ya kuku ini kabur. Kali ini mau diperangin karena dia udah tahu resetnya nggak ada ya. Wow, dapet, cantik. Kali ini kita lihat stun dari Never. Mati. Mampus. Makan kayu goblok anjingnya. Lo, mau apa lagi? Iya, triple kill saudara-saudara dari Iwan Kar. Baik sekali di sini nggak ketawa nih. Setan dapat Laguna Blade lagi. Kali ini dapat tower kedua. Mampus kali ini. Go, Indo Pride. Sri Mulyani udah nungguin ya anjing.
Jeez, Radiant's middle tower just got wrecked.
Dibawa pulang kampung. Sakit saudara-saudara. Nggak jadi mati itu Max.
Oh, Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Lah,
Radiant just fortified their structures. You know what I'm talking about?
mati kali ini Maxnya juga.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Digebukin dah oleh kuku. Nggak ada stun, sayang sekali. Saya harusnya meninggal di sini. Aduh, dua orang harus meninggal nampaknya. Mati oleh dua support. Sayang sekali. Power tepat. Power satu pun nggak kena. Jadi hilang. 13k. Yang dipentingkan harus sabar di sini kalau melawan Vici. Iwan 85% ya teman-teman. Kali ini menang warnya si Vici Gaming ya. Rubik baik sekali dapat nggak guna blade tadi sih. Razornya, repressor off teman-teman. New meta ini demi Ursa lu. Gila dewanya sih Razor. Demi Ursa dia berpikiran gitu ya. 2 kali. Bayangkan teman-teman.
That should help.
Di sini Aganim biar ultinya bisa ke tower ya teman-teman nih. Once I can building it on the target tower barak and ancient. Luar biasa kan. Akan kalesernya meninggal kali ini. Tempernya nggak mau. Dapat kuku. Masih ada. Dan sama tim yang cukup baik dari Vici Gaming, malah maksudnya yang meninggal. Wow, mati ya. Repeser sudah dipencet. Kali ini, disarm. Iya, baik sekali. Masih banyak disarmnya kali ini. Karl harus mati, godlike-nya udah habis. Razornya juga masih bisa membunuh kali ini. Stun. Ya. Mati. Stun goblok. Aduh. Ih, cakep. Pull lagi anjing. Mati tim wipe 2. Sak lawan 3 saudara-saudara. Seper. Luar biasa. Record dulu bro, kok. Dari 10 detik ya. Seper. 2. Seper, masih seper lagi, iya. Penuh lagi, gila, saudara-saudara seper. Double kill Whitemon, luar biasa.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
12k menurun kali ini, tapi 77%. Karena Karl tadi langsung mati ya. Jadi godlike-nya hilang, jadi turun jauh.
No sorceries avail.
To the impurities.
Ini
All
Vici
ones
Gaming
will
menunggu.
Oh boy, Dire's middle tower is under attack. That force field leads me to believe that Dire just fortified their structure. Radiant just fortified their structures! You know what I'm talking about?
11 kak. Kali ini Vici Gaming mulai menyusul.
Maybe I'll have a nap. Gold is a great case.
Ya. Akankah T1 dapat rotan? Kali ini Marsnya sudah siap. Sudah mau. Ruby, ada refresher lagi. Ya. Boyoyo 100 mati Boyoyo. Gak ada damage. Mati. Double kill. 2 orang telah mati. Kali ini dikejar Linanya. Ada setanik saudara-saudara. Mati. Mampus anjing. Ultra kill. Satu lagi coy. Wah kabur. Kalau yang penting menang coy. Ding. Dewa sekali kalian. Iwan.
Lại
20 luka.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Ambil damage ya kali ini. Savage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower.
Langsung tower tengah karena dia tahu Iwan tahu nggak ada.
Jeez, Radiant's middle tower just got wrecked. Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack.
GG.
Jeez, Radiant's middle tower just got wrecked.
Dewa sih Iwan.
Game over, baby.
Dewa.
Do you enable Ori to have a better laning stage? Do you ban the Lina just so he doesn't get crushed? Because that kind of start at this level of play recovering from just takes so much extra effort that you don't want to have to funnel into the game. You need to pull heroes around to even give your mid laner a chance at playing the game. And Carl just masterclass on how to win as Lina mid against the Shrek. It definitely looks like this could be a very competitive series. Outside of that, if T1 don't get off to this dominant of a start, it definitely looks like this can be a very competitive series for Vici Gaming. Imagine if they're not 10k gold behind when they start getting team fights, or 15 as it actually was around that Roche pit.
Yeah, I mean, this was a series
they definitely have what it takes to take down T1, but they're looking great in this first game.
We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I mean, this was a series that I was expecting to go 3 games, and I'm still expecting that going forward, but we'll have to wait and see. I'd like to give a huge shout out to Shiver for tying my tie today. I think she did a wonderful job, so really appreciate that. And with this game number 1 over, Senator, let's see what the panel has to say about the start to this amazing series.
Good job, Shiver.
Wrong camera.
What a great game. T1 took the victory, and now they are standing at a nice 1-0. Now, one of the things that the casters had mentioned is that it was definitely a stun game. Lots of stuns coming out. We had Monkey King doing Monkey King things, Rubik stealing Monkey King's spell, and also doing Monkey King things. But what would you say was the winning point of the game? Wait, actually, forgive me. because we have a special guest joining us on the panel today. We have none other than the one and only Saberlight from Team Undying. Welcome to the panel. Is this your first panel ever?
It is.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You have me as a ghost. Apologies. But anyway, sorry. Back to the question. So, Saberlight, I'll ask you first. What do you think was like the winning point of this game for T1?
Honestly, I think it's just their gameplay. I think the way they executed and the way they pressed spells was incredible. Especially like the fight at the top tier 1, when they stunned 3 people after 3 people, it was incredible. I think, and secondly, the draft. I saw the Omni, and I think this hero is very sus. Especially if the enemy team has Purge, which they did. They had Nullifier and they had Ench.
So, would you say that the Omni Knight was a very unideal pick? But if so, what would have been better in that place?
Well, maybe more stunts. I think the Omni Knight hero, it can work in some cases, but I think some regular position 5 could maybe work better in this game. But you know, Vici went with their strat, and props to them for trying it.
All right, so AUI, what do you think T1 did very, very well in that game? I mean, it's a very high kill game. You can see that 21 on Lina. Who would you say the MVP is for this match?
Who drafts for T1? It's Cuckoo, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Cuckoo. I think the draft was just...
Also probably March. I mean,
Yeah.
we talked about this the other day, but I think Korean coaches are just
That's true.
OP. And they also have one, right? It's just how it goes. You have a Korean coach, you're off to a really good start.
I feel like, though, if you see Almanite Rubik supports, you're able to just abuse it with Enchantress. T1 is just so well set up for success. And they did it. I mean, at the early part of the game, they took over the map, and then they played T1 Dota. You know, they slowed down, they got their timings, and Vici, they're trying to mount a comeback. They took some really good team fights with good coordination, but it just wasn't enough against T1.
Yeah, we actually have one of those team fights. Let's cue it up. I believe it was the one in the Dire top lane when it was shortly after Mars was in the base doing Mars things. So, Insania, can you explain to me like what the key point of this team fight was? I know that people were kind of yelling a lot when this fight was happening, especially toward the end.
I mean, I know generally speaking, Chinese teams really like this Lina and Telesh matchup because she just can sit back and just auto attack, but it didn't really seem to play out that way this game. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, I don't remember the exact key points of this team fight, but it looks like it's just going to be a very dragged out fight where Ori's dealing a lot of damage. Teleshrak's not really in a lot of trouble with Alina taken out so early from the fight. He just seems to be able to output damage like crazy.
So there's like a lot going on here, but it seemed like T1 had the upper hand, and then they kind of didn't at the end of this fight. What happened here?
Well, this is the one where Zephyr actually manages to turn it around. It was a epic support fight.
Right.
Yeah, this fight, like Leshrac, even though he was 15k behind, I think he managed to do 12k damage this fight, which is insane. I think it's a lot of what you said is it didn't feel like, I mean, Lina's good versus Leshrac not only in the lane, but he also runs in and you just hit him a lot, and he doesn't get to do that damage. This fight, I think it was actually really well executed by Vici, but at the end, Zephyr, it was just clutch, right? Like he manages to get that stun off and full heal, team wipe.
I also think it's the Mars versus Lina matchup. It's like really good for Vici that they had Mars, but once the arena is down, the Lina has free reign, so they need to kill him in the arena, otherwise they're in big trouble.
So is this match a prime example of 5s and 4s being really, really, really strong in the meta? It seemed like supports were really the deciding factor in all of these fights.
I think they were doing a good job of surviving. I think both team supports had really good positioning. And I know we talked about this before, but I think T1's team fighting is amazing. And usually, I think core players generally are fairly consistent in how well they team fight. But supports are really like, you can notice a massive difference in how they're used, how the teams use them. Some teams tend to sack their supports more, send them in early, have them die, make the fight easier for their cores. Other teams, like T1, you see both the supports are surviving all the way till the end of the fight. So I think there's the way they use their supports for both Vici and T1 stood out to me.
So they both stood out because they did the same thing in that they were aiming for survivability, and when everybody else was dead, it became a support fight.
Right.
So do you think that when they draft for this next game, do you think that maybe they should be drafting for these supports instead? Because like Saberlight mentioned, Omni Knight was very questionable. So do you think that you'll see supports being picked in first phase, or?
I think they came in with a prepared strat. It felt like they were ready to give away the Magnus, and then the idea was we have Omni Knight to respond for the physical damage, we have the Purge for the RP, and we have the Rubik that can steal it back. And we did see it come into play at some point where the Rubik steals the RP and he gets a massive turnaround somewhere in the early game. But it just seems like at the end of the day, the Mag just does so many other things that are so valuable. I feel like it's not even about the RP anymore, or even the Empower to some extent. Like they had 2 ranged heroes. They didn't really have anyone that uses Empower. So just like horn toss back into skewer just seems like a very, very hard thing to deal with.
Do you have anything to add to that before I ask another question?
Yeah, I think the strongest part about Magnus is what Jenkins said before the game. It's the skewer, and you can break the formation of the other team. And about the supports, I think it's also this game, both teams, they kind of need to kill the enemy mid laner. The Lina and the Leshrac are the main damage outputs for both teams. So the supports can like sit in the back and enjoy, because everyone wants to kill these mid laners. And then like once they're dead, they can start focusing other people in the fight.
So if you were to put yourself in the minds of Vici Gaming, who are now on their back foot, what would you do to like kind of reset, refocus your mind, and be like, all right, we can turn around and do this? What would you do, AUI, as a former coach?
I mean, from a coach's perspective, I think Fenrir should try to, even if he doesn't think it's really true, he should try to say like, hey guys, I made a bad pick with the Leshrac into Lina mid. Let's just reset. If we play the same way, but we have a more robust draft, we'll win the next game. Like that's the type of mentality I think Vici should try to have going into the next game.
Is it very common for coaches to just be like, my bad?
I feel like it's person specific. I feel like, for example, I think Insania would take blame even if it's not really his, just to prop up his allies and like give your team the higher percentage to win. Is that true?
Yeah, I think after game 1s you kind of have to sometimes.
Yeah.
If you notice
someone
that your
has
team
to do it, right?
Yeah, if your team is uninspired or they feel like, you know, they don't know what to do, like sometimes it's good to just go in and be like, hey, this draft sucked. This game's on me. Forget about it. Let's move on to the next game. And I think when you do that, you kind of take people out of their own heads. You make them not think about the mistakes. You make them focus on, all right, you know what, the draft wasn't great. There was nothing I could have done differently. It's somebody else's fault. Nothing to do with me. And I think, especially in big tournaments and big moments like this, that can be really, really useful just to make sure that you're thinking about the right things.
Interesting. Saberlight, do you have that kind of experience as well?
Yeah, I think even this TI, whenever we lost the game, I think whenever Moon or Febby said that it's like kind of their fault, even though it was like, for example, mine or someone else's, it helps you think about, all right, this game happened. I for sure like did some things badly, but it is what it is. It's like the next game that counts. So it helps you reset and focus on the next game.
Interesting. So it really shows like that team perspective, right? Because Dota's a 5-person game, and even the one person can have a point of failure. It isn't always the fact that, you know, they're the only reason. So the team kind of takes that blame together, or you take the blame for everyone and just say my bad. Or
honestly,
the coach.
Like competitive Dota and pubs, it's very rare that it's one person responsible for the loss.
Right.
Like as long as everyone's trying their best and putting the work in, like the main job of the coach is to make sure everyone's going in with a good mentality.
I feel like we've heard mentality a lot in a lot of these series, especially with like EG and Dr. K and, you know, the teams that are like hyping each other up, you know, like a team spirit, for instance. One of the things that both of you told me, and you were there too, we talked about it too with Jenkins Saberlight, you know, like they're really good at keeping that mentality, like positive mentality and hyping each other up. It's definitely... do you feel like that's super, super important? Or do you think that maybe like being like, oh, well, I can learn from this instead?
I mean, I think when you're playing during the season and when you're playing scrims, having like learning attitude and talking about what goes wrong is really important. But once you're at TI, you want to put that aside, because at this point it's like, it's too late. You're committed. Whatever you came in with, that's what you got.
But that's so hard.
Yeah, but the beauty of Dota is that, right? Even if you get absolutely destroyed game 1, when you play game 2, it's even again. It's not like there's some like World of Warcraft where somebody has better gear than you at the start of the next game. It's dead even. So you get a reset and you get to play for free again from the start. So,
all right. Well, before we get started with this next game, let's take a look at some TI memories for Vici Gaming.
就是整个 TI 生涯里面最伤心，或者说最惋惜的一个场景，应该是在，
那可能是 TI 6。TI 6那年我好像在以后们打的 TI 嘛。然后那年小组赛也比较顺利的。
然后我们赢了 A 队以后，我们已经锁定前6了。然后在下一场的胜者组决赛那个比赛中，我们就是那一场比赛对我们来说很关键。我们在那一轮遇到了一级战队。
当时其实我们觉得一级并不是很强，我们挺有信心拿下那场比赛的。
main track. That's going to be Megas. EG going to need a miracle. Not a position you want to be in if you're an EG fan right now.
纣王，然后当时场面我记得我们还是挺优的，甚至一度破了别人的3路，已经出了超级兵。
The EG might just not have the bodies to do this. Can they get PPD out? He gets a more tap away, but no! The extra damage comes out from the Warlock as the Fatal Bonds eliminates him. But slice! He almost dies. They're Side gets him. They hold. EG, can they do it? Any pickoff on a core might enable them to still win this game. Like, EG might be able to do this. They're holding it to vent here again. If they kill him, chicken here. He'll take him out. Oh, they revive back in his here. Oh, the throne's going down. The throne down to half HP. Game one.
然后就被超级兵翻盘了嘛，然后就作为史诗一直被大家吐槽嘛，就领先特别多，然后被超级兵翻盘了。
TI 上的超级兵翻盘，
因为我跟艾斯艾斯的关系也好嘛，然后我就打完特别生气，然后就非常生气的指着他说：“哎，你小狗实在让我太失望了。”
然后直接影响了我们那一把输了以后，直接影响了我们第2把的心态和操作，直接导致我们第2把输的很利落。
As we had just talked about, the mentality of the players will really matter in games that are high stakes like these Vici Gaming, showing that, you know, they were down a first game and it was rough for them to take that loss, but that emotion carried over into game 2 and they lost swiftly. So like you guys mentioned, all 3 of you, they really need to take a step back and reset, regroup for game 2. Now, what are we expecting to see in changes? You said swap out the Omni Knight. Other than that, what do you think Vici Gaming can do for game 2 to really turn it around?
Yeah, I think you tried giving away the mag. It didn't work out. Most likely, you know, this game, you're going to be like, okay, our prepared strat didn't work. I don't think we can deal with this unless they've got first pick now and they can first pick it themselves.
Interesting. Well, I don't know if we're going to see this Magnus ban. They have 2 bans left. We're currently in the ban. In the ban phase, we see Io and Tiny getting banned out. We are going to go ahead and...
But they want to run them over, right?
Who do you think?
We are going to get started with this game. Apologies, sir.
Vici Gaming versus T1 Game 2.
That's pretty well. So you might want to just, we already here. Hello and welcome to game number 2 between Vici Gaming and T1. We're the draft panel and we have changed the cost for Effie, Canadian Effie, sorry, my apologies. And we have Effie here.
Yeah, he had some issues, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so we decided that for this draft we should get people who play Dota till 4 a.m. as opposed to studying the team so you can get the best information about the heroes. Jenkins, how do you feel about that statement?
I think you shouldn't put people on blast for a million people.
Right. Well, you know.
I think.
I'm the host.
If he's Canadian Effie, I'm Jordanian Jenkins.
Oh, look at this. These guys actually behind the scenes are best friends. They spend the whole time outside of the panel holding hands. So, Vici versus T1.
That is not COVID safe.
That's
not true. And
they socially distance.
Exactly.
Vici Gaming versus T1. What can you tell me about the expectations for Vici Gaming this game? Because they need to win this.
I think the Omni Knight was interesting. It was